Virgo, this is your reading for the full moon in Libra, which is happening 5th and 6th of this month. So let's see what the storyline is today. Thanks for joining me. And if you haven't joined before or partook of this channel before, we do go through and clarify after the initial cards have come out. So do take what resonates and leave what does not. And let's see what's on the Leo. Leo. We've got things flying out left, right, and centre. Excuse me. On the Leo agenda. Or more to the point, we've got one card that's in that stack on the floor that was face up, so we're going to use that. And then we've got that. Let's have a look, Leo. Just looking at my little list. Yes. Okay. We come out with quite a potent, powerful card. I always feel it is the Six of Swords. It's about really moving to a more conducive place psychologically. I mean, you could look at it like travel. There's movement here in a really balanced fashion, a shift, a change, something that you don't necessarily have to disclose to anyone else, in fact. It's in a sort of invulnerable position to be in. Whether that's because of the movement and action in this card, it is kind of well, there's a quietness about it, a quietude, if that's the right word, about it. I do feel that. Actually, with these cards that have come out, there's a covert nature to some process that some Leos are going through or are involved in at the moment, but it is a development. There's a developmental process going on. Leo. Next up, we've got Seven of Discs, a card of review. It's a card about, on one hand, reviewing what's worked for you in the past in terms of going and getting what you want, what you need, the steps that you put in place on a practical level. What has it given you? So we do a review. All the sevens are about assessment, and the Seven of Discs is certainly about that. There's a glance into our own history here, looking at that quite forensically sometimes, because we're looking forward as well, obviously. But the other aspect of it, of the Seven of Discs, is also the ability to shift and change the way that we do what we do and make different choices than what maybe we have in the past. We then have the Four of Swords, a great card here called Truce in the Thoth deck. I always liken it to a break in the weather of sorts, a period, whether how long or short that period is, of taking time out, of going into a very neutral chamber to have some rest and respite. And that can be in a totally, I mean that in a completely practical way, you know. A lot of information can come to us at that time, especially when we are reviewing things, when we know we're moving to a better place for ourselves at this point in time, Leo. We do need rest when this is what we're dealing with, new things. And then we have the Prince of Discs. It's a slow release. You know, you might be venturing into, you might have just moved somewhere, and so you're kind of getting a feel for the environment that you're in, how you can work with what you plan on doing, how you can work with your skills, maybe in a different different way. It could be in relation to anything really, but the Prince is slow release. Slow release. We see in this card, and I love it because of that, the globules of nitrogen here in the soil doing their thing, or nitrogen, whatever the soil needs, all its little microbes doing their hard work. We don't see that yet. We don't see it for a time. But we know if we prepared the soil, Leo, our crop will be great. So anyway, let's go through and clarify this. I do see a Leo that sort of moved somewhere new, or just doing things in a new way. At this time of this wonderful full moon in Libra, all about relationships and relating really on one level. Well, that's the way I see it. Anyway, let's look at the six. The Six of Swords, please. Too many, isn't it? Wow. Six of Swords, excuse me, as I said, relationships. We've got the Three of Discs, building in collaboration with others. We're drawing other people in, Leo. Well, they might be drawing us in. Whatever it is, this is happening now that you're in a more conducive spot. You've gone in that direction. So we're building new foundations really with others here. New works. At the same time, we've got the Lovers. This is a commitment and it's a choice. It's also an integration really of the, positive or the dual nature. We kind of integrate. And therefore we are, again, balanced. This is another six. Interesting. It could be about relationships. I mean, it could be that this resourcing, collaborative thing is happening with someone who is a partner or something like that, Let's look at the Seven of Discs. I do see it primarily as a personal directive for yourself. Seven of Discs for Leo. Yes, there could be a little sting in the tail. I only say that because we've got the Ten of Swords. There's no need to be alarmed with the Ten of Swords. It's actually a wonderful thing. We see the hand gesture here of a knowing, of an understanding, of something being overcome, of a penny dropping, literally, of a new and clear understanding. There's something about this review that really has, it's like the blinds just opened up or someone just pulled the curtain and revealed the secret ingredient. The secret ingredient in energetic input and output for you personally. It's as if that penny's dropped for you. Could be in relation to a relationship. Speaking of relations and relating, Leo. So let's keep going. Four of Swords, please, for Leo. It's definitely a really positive feel. It's a very light-hearted feel to this collection of cards, this storyline. Can we get one for the Four of Swords? Maybe two. The Four of Swords, please. Nine of Swords. Cyclical thinking and worry does one no good. This is sort of how we really hurt ourselves. Whether this is something you've experienced in the past, I kind of see it as that, and not so much something that you're experiencing now, though there might be, you might feel that coming on a little bit. You might feel it coming on a little bit, and you want to be able to not get sucked into it this time. It is a habit, and it doesn't do us any good. You've been there. We've just passed through that. We've just passed it. We're not going backwards, are we? We certainly aren't, Leo, because this is all about forward motion and forward thinking for you to get that 9. But what came out with it also is the 4 of discs, which is an incredibly stable card. As what I hear really is, don't upset the apple cart, don't kind of go off on a tangent. There's a lot of stress, obviously, isn't there, in the world at the moment. I mean, even in local, I don't live in a humongous city, but it's a city. You do feel it. You do feel the frenetic nature of stress because of everything that's going on with the economy. I mean, there's all these external things, aren't there, that impact us. But I do get that don't upset the apple cart here, because that you're familiar with. You've understood that 10. You've been familiar with that, because we all are, as humans. We all do it to ourselves, There's a stability with that 4 of swords and the 4 of discs here that can't be underestimated. And I'm not talking about, often when the 4 of discs comes up, it looks like, it kind of often directs one to say, what can you let go of? I think the key here is that you're in a stable position. What you can actually let go of is not going on this cyclical sort of self-harming thing again, thought patterns that have hurt you in the past. Just don't go there. Just sit with this. Sit with it. We've got the 4 of swords. It's a great position of calm and peace that we choose to give ourselves. Don't let this little bastard come in and ruin things, right? It's your mind. Leo, it's just in the mind, and enjoy the stability. I mean, I don't always get that, but I get it in this storyline, Leo, with that 4 of discs. Enjoy it. It doesn't mean everything's come to an end or a stop or it's not progressing or whatever. It's not moving or evolving anymore. It still is. Let's look at the Prince of Discs, this lovely prince. Yeah, as I said, you might be carrying, as most humans do, a little bit of memory of heart pain or memory. I do think there is someone in your life that's come in and as part of this, actually, as part of the process here. Don't let the memories of potential hurt be a fertile ground for this catastrophic thinking, because just don't. We get the world. This is a whole new beginning now. As I said earlier, with that Prince of Discs, you might not have seen it yet, because it takes time for things to grow, right? To develop, to come forward into your sight. It takes time. Just one more, please, for that. Yeah, it's really nice. Can we get one more? Maybe we don't need one more. For the world. It's a new beginning. It's a new time. I think we do. It's a new time. We've got to, excuse me, we have the 3 of Cups, celebrations. Celebrating friends, family, the good times here. Support from others as well. Oh, it was up the right way. Combined with beautiful sun, vitality, childhood play, optimism. I mean optimism with a big O, Leo. So it's pretty positive. Keep doing what you're doing. Just don't let that Nine of Swords get in the way. Pixie and Fairy Brian Froud, pleased. Something from the Fae folk. Maybe one more. Just as a glimpse and a glimmer. As I always say, it is something new. It's a whole new journey. For you, Leo, we've got Geo the Slow is comfortable in his little patch. Comfortable and watching things grow in their own good time. It's not to say that you take things for granted in any conceivable way. It's that you're happy in it being part of growth and nurture. Maybe instigator of it, that you're confident and happy in that. In this card, it's really kind of nice. And then we have what is in essence the Fool, the journeyman takes off. So this is a new beginning for you. And I do suspect you do have a compadre or a companion by your side throughout this, lovely Leo. So it's looking very positive indeed. Can we get a Kim Cran's Animal Spirit card? The Animal Spirit card. Go with your intuitive faculties. As I said at the beginning, there seemed to be something covert about it initially. Maybe there's some element of keeping things undercover for a little bit, but it's certainly a very, whoops, what am I doing? Here we go, the Whale. I love this card. The beautiful whale. We're in deep. We're in really deep. But we're quite clear in our direction. We're not getting beached. Beautiful reading, Leo. Take of it what you will. On that note, do check out any other readings that, titles stand out for you, something like that, The collective ones up there, it is quite a slow reading. It was kind of a slow reading, Sometimes they are. Anywho, so I hope you enjoyed that, and thanks again for joining me. And we'll see you next time, Leo. Okay, ka kite, bye.